welcome. What's up? आज very important day है. आज हम रिएक्ट करने वाले हैं Jubilees, who's the most intelligent person. Big brain time. Now, if you guys don't know, I have an IQ of 6969, world's smartest person here. So I will be rating these people's intelligence.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into another episode of Rank. Before we get into our show, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Grammarly. As CEO of Jubilee Media, I have to do a lot of writing, and Grammarly is an amazing digital.
I wasn't planning to go to college. That wasn't like a goal of mine. My parents were like, well, you should apply to at least one college. And I was like, I'll never get in here. And then I went to Yale.
Typical topper syndrome. They act like they don't know anything and then they show up like toppers. Yeah. Why do these people do like this?
Should we just like go down and do
intros?
Yeah, I'm Sade, I'm 24. I work in finance. I have a bachelor's degree.
Did you just hear Shadi? I can hear Shadi. I don't know if you guys can hear Shadi. Yaar, itna. I can hear Shadi. Shadi, the melodies, na na. The melody in my head
that I can't. I went to Yale.
I'm Tyler. I'm 21. Okay. I'm a high school graduate, and I work in the Marine Corps.
I'm Kaylee. I'm 25. I'm a software developer. I went to Ohio University, and I have a bachelor's degree.
Maria.
Hi, I'm Alberto Einsteino. I'm from Germany, and I'm the world's smartest person. I have the IQ of 6969. Big brain time. And I got my bachelor's degree from Alabama City College, if that makes sense. And I did my PhD and grad school from Harvard EDU. So I'm pretty smart. You get it? 6969. Big brain time.
30 years old. I have my PhD. It's good to identify what intelligence means to everybody.
I think intelligence is better defined as your adaptability and your problem-solving skills more than it is your education.
Exactly, that's what even I think. I think intelligence is, if you're thrown in a situation, you surviving the best possible outcome is intelligence. Otherwise, any other definition is just bullshit.
Obviously, like the education, the stuff you've been through, puts a lot into play in it because it gives you more resources, more thoughts to draw from. The formal education definitely helps, but I don't think it's in any way essential.
So what is the most essential?
So the most essential thing would probably be common sense.
Yeah, so for me personally, I think intelligence is both EQ, IQ, and that common sense, street smart intelligence, all of that combined.
People consciously or unconsciously, when they see someone, form an opinion immediately. Like I'm sure we all did right away.
When I saw you, I told myself, Maria, do not judge him just by his looks. He could be throwing you off, or that's just who he is, but he can talk the talk and walk the walk. Sean, I didn't want to judge him based on the way he looks or dresses or acts.
Exactly, it's true. I have some थोड़े मेरे दोस्त थे यार जो दिखने में बहुत दिखते हैं, but they're toppers and they're studying in IT. And now I'm just sitting here making YouTube videos.
So I was like, I think he's intelligent.
First impressions, I would put him at the bottom only because when I was in school, all the other people with like the bright neon colors and stuff, they were typically the ones doing worse in classes. If we were ranking confidence, I'd definitely put Sean at very first place.
So what is the definition that we're going with is the biggest question.
I like your definition.
I know, I was gonna say, I like my definition. It combines everything.
Does anyone have any like initial?
You can be honest.
Start on that side. I'm done going first.
I feel like I have a good combination of both, like book smart and street smart. So yeah.
Nah, man, you'd be thrown around like a pakodi. Nah, he don't have the street smart. I don't know. He might have a book smart. He's book smart, maybe, but street smart, nah. people are gonna fry you and eat you with chili sauce.
Yeah, I think I have some input on that. There's so many aspects to intelligence. It really goes beyond IQ and EQ. Even those two different factors really don't really capture what it really means to be intelligent.
I know I'm not, from Yale, I don't have a PhD, but what I lack in those areas, I'm able to still problem solve and use my own skill set, my emotional intelligence as well as my social intelligence.
Besides my education and background, I feel like I have high emotional intelligence, I'm aware of my surroundings.
As a software developer, my problem solving skills are obviously top notch, I think I would say. My whole life I've kind of had to fight to be seen as intelligent. I think I'm so used to having...
I like it how everyone in this video except Sean and the Harvard guy are, what's the word for it? Narcissists. And I like it because I'm a narcissist myself.
To do that as a woman, to just step up and be I deserve to be here. My first job out of college, I was working at a law firm. A gentleman came up to me and said, "Hi, you don't look like somebody that would work at a law firm. You look like somebody I'd go on spring break with." And I'm like, what?
Obviously, out of everyone here, I've got the least formal education. I consider myself intelligent. My mental dedication and my ability to adapt and to problem solve. What I do in the Marine Corps, I'm a seabird defense specialist. So I think that by virtue of what I do, that already requires some amount of intelligence.
Sorry, quick question. So do you think that only certain people can do your job, or do you think anyone can do your job?
Only certain people. You have to take the ASVAB before you go into the military. That's not really how much you know, but how well you can learn information. And I got a 94 on that. It's not an amount of how much you study, how much you know. You're not gonna really get better at learning. Does that make sense?
I strongly disagree with you don't get better at learning. The idea that you can get better at learning is a pretty big signifier of intelligence. I'm very much dyslexic. I have ADHD.
The exam doesn't assess people based on their bookish knowledge, it's more common sensey, and I don't think so you can improve your common sense, huh? Or maybe you can, I don't know. Are you an idiot? Like what he said was something that no one else can do his job, and that he's the only one who can do it. And then she gets in another type of argument. Yeah, she's definitely dyslexic.
And I'm on the autism spectrum. Dyslexia means that there's a big gap in comprehension. So I was scoring 99th percentile in certain areas and 3rd percentile in others. I'll never be able to learn another language. I took Spanish for 12 years and I can still basically only order a burrito.
So I have a question.
And guys, I'm not being rude to her, I'm just saying what's there. I mean, literally the argument was something else, and then...
Did you go to Yale and why did you go to Harvard?
My parents are immigrants from China, and I'm a first-generation immigrant as well and college student as well. My family always really stressed the importance of formal education. For me, that was something that I really strived for.
I wasn't planning to go to college. That wasn't a goal of mine. My parents were like, well, you should apply to at least one college. And I was like, I'll never get in here. And then I went to Yale.
Why don't you guys rank each other from 1 to 6, including yourself, and give reasons why you want to do what you're doing?
I gotta go
1 to 7 actually, you have the big brain here. Anyway, so I rank myself number 1 because I'm a narcissistic, super intelligent, superhuman boy. So first number 1 me, and then number 2 my man Tyler, because we both have the same idea of intelligence. And then I'd rank the Harvard guy Ray, number 3, and then number 4 would be the software developer, the pretty one, and then number 5 would be Sean. And then number 6 would be Maria, and number 7 would be the Yale girl, because I think she's just too much. Number 7, Yale girl, come on, let's go.
No.
Oh yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would rank you as a 6, not meaning that you're not intelligent. I also think that I don't.
My man Tyler is number 6. I'm offended. But it's fine, whatever, man.
Don't place a lot of value on the military.
Period.
No, full stop.
I'd probably do 1, 2.
Same people who save you from Holocaust or I don't know, whatever war or something, and then you don't pay much attention to them based on their intelligence. Why not throw her into a tense situation where you have to defuse a bomb? I guess she's gonna defuse herself and then die there. I don't know what I'm saying, but I think she can't handle 10 situations, I'm 100% sure. And then she's gonna make a bahana saying, oh my god, I have this problem. Shut the heck up. Shari.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry.
I'm the villain this episode.
Does anyone think they're like at either end of the spectrum?
I'd say I'm 1, if nothing
My
else,
mind is getting
because I know what I'm
destroyed.
about and I'm sure of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
I
you
don't
guys have
know
to
why.
rank everyone too. That is so unfair. No.
I would say
Narcissists
1, 2,
together, man.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh.
Sorry. It's hard for me to look past the education part. Going to college, I think you learn a lot, if nothing else emotionally. But I still think you're smart.
Thank you.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 immigrant parent.
What does that mean? He did go through a formal training, isn't that college? These people are really smart. I don't know, man. You tell me.
First generation going to college, humble, modest. 2, me, I don't know, PhD, cancer biology scientist. I work in a biotech company. We make COVID-19 testing kits, stuff like that. And then 6. It has nothing to do with your background.
COVID-19 vaccine. And what else? Typical mean girl attitude she had, man.
I don't
if she
think he
turns
really
out to
have the
be the
highest
dumbest,
EQ out of all of us. Tyler, he ranked
be
last for me personally
amazing.
because the
However,
way he
let's see,
carries
let's
himself. He was ranking intelligence based on
it actually
his point of
happens.
view
I've
and
seen
not
some
taking
people
in
in my
other.
life where they try to show something they're not. Actually, quite opposite. So there was this one exam in my school where this one guy said he's going to top, and I was like, damn, you're amazing. And then when the marks came out, he was scoring the least. He had his grades negative. I guess he got like a negative 30 out of 180.
Other people's
There
point
was
of views
fake
and
confidence.
compiling results, but really just came down to his body language, his demeanor, the way he carried himself, the way he acted towards the group.
I would put
Okay, just let me
1.
understand. EQ means emotional quotient, and according to the definition, it means understanding of surroundings. So, which means, and when you work in Navy or Army, you're surrounded by waters or wildlife or something which is always tense. Which means that you always have to have an understanding of the atmosphere and people around you. Which means you have to have high EQ to survive. Which means if he survived this long, he has high EQ. Is she dumb?
2, 3,
She's dumb.
4, 5, and out 6. So the reason why I put you at number 1 is I think you have the highest, not only EQ score out of everybody, but the way you present yourself, as well as being a PhD student, I think is just like a huge thing. And I put myself 6 because I feel like I might be the weakest in terms of actual IQ score. Hopefully I can make it up as everything else. So I did put myself as least intelligent. However, if it can't be me, I definitely think Tyler, unfortunately, his way of thinking is linear. And I think intelligence is almost like a sphere. It's a picture. And right now he's only coloring with one color than, with the rainbow.
So who got the most number 1s? Okay. Move down.
Who got the most?
Sean A was
like
pretty
you.
up there too.
I feel like you were definitely 3, right?
Yeah, I'm between
You were
Harvard and
4,
Yale.
and 5.
No.
I think that I sort of expected to be ranked a little bit lower. At first glance and first interaction with me, it's hard to tell how intelligent I am. It's hard to tell how intelligent anybody is.
Is anyone upset with where they're standing?
I think it makes sense that I'm down here. Like the guy who graduated from high school and then joined the military, he probably wouldn't be like high up on there. If I was in their shoes, I definitely would have also ranked myself among the lowest.
I do feel like there might be a prejudice acting in terms of ranking you
Okay, I was thinking that
highly.
too.
But I agree with the ranking. I think you probably are the most intelligent out of all of us. I would feel weird placing you there and not acknowledging the dynamics in which we did so. Hearing that I had to take an IQ test was definitely hard to hear. Quantifying things for me in that realm is really hard because it gives you something really solid. Even if you don't buy into IQ tests, it still gives you a number at the end of the day, which is something you have to grapple with.
I literally thought when you said to open the computer, we're going to look at social media, that I didn't think an IQ test would be part of it.
It was kind of expected. We're being ranked by intelligence, an IQ test. It's not that far off the realm of possibility.
Highest EQ couldn't read the room, and the guy who had the lowest EQ can read the room. Man, these people really busy.
So number 1 is Raymond. Number 2 would be Kaylee.
Exactly.
Number 3 will be Tyler.
The hot chick.
And number 4 would be Shera. Number 5 is Sean, and number 6 is Maria.
He destroyed Maria. I knew it. She was the dumbest. Yes. Yes. I'm happy, guys. I'm very happy today. Party's
I
on me.
think an
So
IQ
go and
test
like and
tests
subscribe to
something.
the
I don't think
video.
it's intelligence. It's definitely testing
I
something.
knew Maria was the dumbest because she had made such false allegations about her man Tyler. Anyways, I know. Tyler is number 3. Not bad, not bad. I mean, 131, not bad. And man, just look at her face. The roasted face. It's amazing to just watch that. The roasted face. Let's go. You can actually see the contrast. I mean, here she's so confident and happy. Like, yeah, I'm the smartest. What do you think? Highest EQ. And couldn't read a room. Very high intelligence. And then you can just look at her over here, who's just like, nah, fam. I'm dumb. I know. Yeah, exactly. You're dumb.
IQ tests are now known to be flawed and based on incorrect sample sizes.
Right,
I
just
have
think
really
what's going
severe
on in her
dyslexia.
mind.
There's 2 questions on
She
that.
might be thinking, I'm going to evade this. I might just come up with an excuse saying maybe I have COVID. No. I'll just come with an excuse saying maybe my EQ is turned off today. That's why. I don't know what I'm saying, guys.
A test that I automatically basically can't answer.
I'm sure if you studied for an IQ test, you would do a lot better. IQ tests are just one aspect or one way to measure intelligence. It's really on a spectrum what constitutes somebody as intelligent.
Exactly.
Before this, all I knew about IQ tests
what?
is that they exist.
No, I don't make excuses. I'm sorry.
And the I stands for intelligence. I've never looked into IQ tests before. Coming here today, them saying the EQ, that was the first time I've ever heard that term in my life.
Coming back to intelligence, it's not just your IQ, it's your EQ, it's your common sense, it's street smarts. Sure, it is some type of metric, similar to an SAT and ACT score is a metric for getting into college, but there's more to that person than that test.
I'm actually excited I wasn't
Exactly,
last
and
because I
that's
thought I
the
was going to be
first
last, not going to lie.
time.
I think an IQ...
Emotional intelligence. EQ is emotional quotient. I'm dumb, sorry. Shut up, Maria. You don't have the credibility to talk. You dumb.
IQ test is a good indicator to see how people handle pressure, but I think that's easier to make sense in our heads that, oh, you're smart and you're not smart.
Definitely don't think it's the
I mean,
best
shut
metric.
up.
I've been
Shut up.
exposed to tests like these
Anyways, guys,
probably more than...
That's it for the video. If you liked it, don't forget to share, subscribe, and do the routine stuff, guys. Come on. And I have an offer for you guys. If you subscribe, if you अगर आप मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करते हो तो you get one head bump free.